everybody, welcome to the third episode of Conversation with an Expert. Today I'm here with two amazing co-hosts, Aayam and Aanvi.
Hi!
So today we're going to be interviewing Dr. Sushil Poudel, who's an industrial engineer at UPS.
Wait, what's an industrial engineer?
Let's leave that to the expert. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are. So first let's welcome Dr. Sushil Poudel. And so first, could you introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm Sushil Poudel, as you said. I'm an industrial engineer, and I currently work at UPS as a operation research analyst. Yep.
What's an industrial engineer?
So industrial engineer is one type of engineering. Basically, there are a lot of different field of engineering, and industrial engineering is one of the engineering which is very new. It's more like engineering which put the Lego together. So in any place to make the things better, faster. That's where the engineering, like industrial engineering, comes in. Okay.
Oh, that's really cool. So are there any examples you could give?
Yeah, sure. So if you go to the amusement park, you see like how the lines is divided there. So every every kids who they go there gets the lines like in a optimal manner. They go there faster in a safe manner and make sure like there is no crowd in one place. Like remove the bottleneck from the whole thing. Like it's called a queuing problem. So there are a lot of fields like if there is a manufacturing place, where to place the engine, how to move the like raw materials within the facilities. So all those doing the mathematics and planning of those are part of the industrial engineering.
But how do you be an industrial engineer?
That's a good question, basically. So to be an industrial engineering, as every other major and degree and profession, you first need to go to college. Okay, so you need to go through the college, go to your high school, take science, and go to your college like a 4-year bachelor. And now you have a industrial engineering curriculum. Okay, first 2 years you take the basic close classes, and after that you start taking classes in industrial engineering. So it's there are like a variety of classes: manufacturing, safety, quality, operation research, and many other. So once you complete all that classes, once you graduate, then you can call yourself an industrial engineer.
Okay, so could you give us an insight on how it works? What does your daily life look like?
So I haven't mentioned that yet. So I work at UPS. Even maybe you can see it in my jacket too, right? So I forgot to mention it earlier, but even in the industrial engineering, there are different branches. Like there is manufacturing branch, you can take that career path, and there is operation research. That is another career path. So I focused on operation research. So operation research is mainly uh, making a plan of a system using a math. Okay, you know the core math, how the math work, and the operation research is more like applied mathematics. Okay, so I work at UPS, so my core function in UPS is to make a plan. You see the brown drivers come in your doorway every day, right?
Yeah.
So you make a plan for them. Like if you have like 100 houses to visit, they need to go from one house to another house. So right, they cannot go back and forth because they will spend all the time going back and forth. So I help them to make a plan on how they can plan their stop, so they can start from the warehouse, go all the houses they have assigned, and come back to the warehouse in a safe manner with the optimal cost. That means like you don't drive too much to get to one place and returning back without having a stop in the middle. So I do that type of planning, and there are many other that I can mention later. Okay, if you are interested.
Every day I'm whenever I get a package, I'm always wondering oh, how do they go from one house to another? So this was so educational based on that because I was so confused at first and now
Yeah.
I know.
That's a very nice one. Like if you think about like if you buy something from Amazon, right? It doesn't come from like next door. Sometimes it goes from one state to another state, and sometimes from the different country. Like if you go to Alibaba and buy something, things come from China to here. And think about like how the planning, like one piece of the package that you order goes through multiple things, right? It goes on the train, it might go on the truck, it goes on the package car, it got it comes out of the truck in many places. Think about how amazing it is, right? Like how a driver will know like there are like millions of things moving around in the network, like how exactly it knows like, okay, it is Rashi's place, it is Aayam's place, and get to your door, right? Isn't it fascinating to do that type of work?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've always been wondering like how it works. So thank you so much.
Hmm. No problem.
I have another question. What
Sure.
what is the most interesting part of your job that motivates you the most?
That's good, right? So to be honest, like the I work on the challenging problem and the challenge excite me, right? I don't do like a daily, like a routine job. So I try to solve a different problem every day. And if there is a solution already, I try to make it better. That's what industrial engineering does. Okay. If there is something, there is always an opportunity to make that things better. It can be faster, safer, cheaper. So we always look for that thing. And the work I do have an impact on the real person, right? When I make a plan for a driver, I want to make sure like he goes on work to the work in the morning and plan in such a way that he can come back to his house with his kids in the evening, right? And planning for that type of schedule for 250,000 people. Think about it, right? How satisfying is it, right? You make a plan for your work, like for the drivers, so they can drive in a easier way and make sure like they come back to their home and have food at the same table every day with their kids and family. So that's what motivates me every day.
That was so inspiring. Like it's so much more complex than I thought. Like there are so many letters, so many like mailboxes you have to deliver to, and it's like it's honestly so amazing that like how you make a complex like a plan for something so complex.
That's exactly the thing that motivates me too, Rashi.
And there's like science and there's like engineers working like in the background. They're working so tirelessly and they're working so hard just so like everyone can get their packages on time.
Yep, it's all the teamwork, right? There are engineers working in there, there are industrial engineering, there are electrical engineering who work in the hub. There are like real drivers who do the real job, right? The one that you come to your doorway every day, who take the packages, load it, unload it. As an industrial engineer, we have a luxury of sitting on the table and making a plan, but who execute it are drivers. We really need to be thankful for them who brings our package every day.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the drivers. If anyone like who's like a driver for UPS or anything like that that's watching, thank you so much for all the hard work. And
Wait,
wait,
I have a
okay.
question. Do you guys deliver on Saturdays and Sundays?
That's a really good one. So earlier we used to have just like 5 days delivery, but recently we have opened the window for 7 days. So that doesn't mean like we make someone work for all 7 days. That's another layer of the complexity in the planning. So we make sure like if you have a work, we have a different schedule, right? At least get 2 days off. So it can be Sunday, Monday, and you work from Tuesday to Saturday, and or you get off like Saturday and Sunday and work 5 days a week, but you still we try, and there are zip codes that we deliver on Saturday too. Good question, Sam.
Do you do you have any breaks, like any days off?
We do, like as every worker, every employee, to have the like national holidays. We all have that, and we also have some vacation depending upon where you work at, which position you work at. So UPS is a big company, right? It need to make their people happy. So all the people who are working there are happy, and they get the vacation they need.
I get letters. Now I know that engineers are doing.
In your job, like you plan out the letters, right? So you mentioned about teamwork. Like, how do people work as a team?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like everything happens in a team, you alone cannot do everything. So we have a team. Let me talk about my small team, okay? Core of engineers. So I describe you the part of the work, like how schedule of the driver is planned, right? There are other layer on it, like you need to plan for what type of truck to use. Okay, some trucks are expensive, some are cheaper. There are different type of fuel that truck use. Like some other people take care of that. There's another thing like you in Florida now, right? So there are a lot of people in Florida. So a lot of people order things. So we send a lot of trucks in Florida. But sending back, Florida doesn't produce a lot of stuff, so we need to make sure that empty come bags. So we cannot keep sending in one place, right? So if we do that, then every truck will go on Florida, and there will be bunch of truck in Florida, and maybe Georgia won't have anything. So we need to plan on how to balance things, how to balance the equipment that you need. Those are another type of the work. They're like a planning on the peak. Like you think like in general days in the year, people doesn't buy stuff as they buy in the Christmas, right? You buy gifts for everyone. So you see how the demand of the driver and the demand of the schedule and everything increased so high. So we need to plan for like, okay, how we can handle all the packages in the peak, so we can make sure like everybody get their gift on the time. We don't want to get delay and deliver your Christmas package in like a New Year Eve, right? We need to get there in the Christmas. So a lot of engineers are there planning for the whole year to make sure that Rashi, Aayam, you get your gift at Christmas Eve.
Wait, so like, do you guys like take the orders from Amazon or like what like how do you guys take orders to deliver to houses?
So yeah, that's the one important thing you need to understand. Okay, so the company that I work on is a logistic company, it's a supply chain company. So we don't have any product of our own that we sell to you, right? So you buy from Macy's, you buy from Amazon, you buy from name other store like Walmart, whatever stores you buy from, and your customer is in the different place of the maybe same city, same state, same country, or even different country, right? So the retailer or the shop you go to will reach out to us saying like, okay, XYZ bought this thing from this address, and they pay some amount to us and asks like, okay, can you deliver them in time, safely and in time? And we take their package, and that's how we deliver to all the customers. So they are actually the customers of the retailer, but they use our service and they are our customer too.
Thank you so much. This is actually so useful for like, because every time I said this before, but like anytime like I order or, like see something in the mail, I'm always like wondering how it works. And like now that I know, it's just like I feel so much better and like so much more educated.
Good. And just to let you know that industrial engineering is not that narrow. Just you can just use in the logistic or supply chain facility. Okay, so it can be used in the hospitals. It can be used in the like flying a plane or even a designing a plane and every other field. You name a field, there is a work that industrial engineering can do to make it better. Like if you go to the restaurant or even in the McDonald's or somewhere, industrial engineer are there to make sure that the planning is optimal, there is no waste of the time, no waste of the energy, no waste of the money, and make planning so efficient that everybody can do their work in cheap way possible, like it's called optimal way possible. Okay.
Oh, okay, so like you work at UPS, right? So like what are like some other places people can work like for industrial engineering?
Yeah, as I mentioned, like they can work in the hospital. If you go to the coffee shop, there are some industrial engineering there too. Like they might not be making just coffee there, but in the planning of the design, where those coffee shop need to be located, there are the industrial engineering engineer behind it to make sure like, okay, this place has this much of population, so there is a higher chance of people loving coffee there, and making sure like which location would be best for a coffee shop or even the McDonald's or name whatever the place you see. So the person or the engineers who make planning and behind are industrial engineering.
Wow, it looks like
Industrial.
industrial engineers are everywhere.
Yep, you can Google it. You can look at the NASA. They are in the moon. They are in space station. If you look at the Navy, they are inside the ocean too. So literally, they are everywhere. Okay, so
Do you guys do international like deliveries?
we do. We are in 150 countries,
Well,
122 countries maybe. Excuse me there.
What do you suggest to young people like us?
So I suggest young people like you to be curious, like you guys are, right? So curiosity will bring the solution. So if you are curious and ask, like, okay, how they do it, what they do, and that kind of spark, bring a spark on your interest, like, and wherever your passion meets the profession, that's the best place you can go. And if you happen to like the industrial engineer, there are many colleges, there are many people that you can have a mentor and ask them, like, okay, even in the industrial engineering, where do you want to go, right? As I told you, like, even in the industrial engineering, there are variety of fields. Depending upon what field exactly interests you, you can always find the people who do the same thing, right? What you want to be. So it's called like you try to connect with the people that your dream person is and ask them how they got there. Okay, and you can follow the same path step, same footstep. So one suggestion, if you want to take one nugget from me for kids like you, always be curious. Okay, always have open mind, be curious, and always observe the thing. Be a sponge. Whatever you see, absorb it.
Thank you so much. This was like one of like this was honestly like it helped me so much understand like the world, our society, how we get our packages, how we get our mail. And I'm like I feel so like appreciative to all the industrial engineers, all the UPS workers, like including you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Rashi. Thank you, Aanvi. Aayam. Thank you all. Okay. And if you are curious of anything, feel free to reach out to me. You have my email, my number, right?
Yeah.
My
Bye.
door is always open for you all. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.